Shadow, you the man.
Taylor Swift got her masters back. We gonna go over to Snow shit. She gonna let us know what the fuck happened.
Back to my channel.
Yeah, this is a Taylor Swift super fan. This is very credible information. It's a credible source.
This video is one that has been a long time coming, and it's official. Taylor Swift owns her masters for her first 6 albums. Yes, the stolen
How the fuck did she do that? God damn. Even Kanye couldn't do that.
versions are no longer stolen. It is the end of all of this period, which is honestly so fantastic. Taylor posted an update on Instagram and also did a letter which we'll go to in just a second. But this has been a long process for Taylor as she has tried to own her masters. You know, when Big Machine talked about selling Taylor's masters, she tried to buy them back herself, but they wouldn't let her unless she recorded 1 album for each of the original albums. She'd have to record 6 new albums with Big Machine Records. Then Scooter Braun bought them, and the only way that she was even able to enter negotiations to buy these albums would be if she signed a really strict NDA, which she talked about, and she was like, this is not a normal level of NDA, so she wasn't comfortable with signing that, and it also meant that she wouldn't be able to talk about Scooter and him buying her masters. So it is absolutely fantastic that she's now got the opportunity to buy them.
Damn, they literally told her, like, shut the fuck up and take these terms or give us 6 more albums. Yo, yeah, the industry is fucked.
So she bought these from Shamrock Holdings. So Shamrock actually bought the masters from Scooter a few years ago now. Basically, when this negotiation was going on, they actually reached out to Taylor afterwards to be like, yeah, Scooter said we couldn't have any conversation with you about this, which is obviously really sad, because like, this is her album work. You know, this is all of her works. It's not just the music, it's also the album artwork, the photo shoots, the music videos, the tour films, everything like that. There is a whole lot of this, and also the unreleased songs, important to note. But like, there is...
What happens when you sign a record deal? You don't own none of that. Like, you know, and the years go by, and yeah, it's like, you're like, fuck, I wish I had some money coming in, but you sold your soul, essentially. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
It's a lot that went into this, and it's just so fantastic she was now able to buy these back. There was an article a couple of weeks ago about this saying they were estimated to be around $600 million to $1 billion, but according to Billboard, Taylor bought them back for $360 million, which is obviously $60 million more than the original sale of it, which was $300 million, including Big Machine Records to Scooter Braun back in 2019. However, she now owns them, and that is the most important thing.
Yeah, and the label made $60 million off their investment, so they're good.
Now you may be thinking, what about Rep TV? What about Debut TV? She's re-recorded 4 of them. Unfortunately, it's looking like Rep TV won't happen in the same way as the other re-recordings, but it is looking like Debut TV might happen because she has re-recorded Debut in full, whereas with Reputation, she said she hadn't recorded it in full. We'll talk about her exact words in a second, but it's unlikely that it will come. However, we may get vault tracks in the future for it. So you can read this letter on Taylor Swift's website. It's on taylorswift.com, and I'll just read it out for you if you've not already seen it. Now,
okay, damn, so she wrote a whole letter to her fans. That's tough. Kaysen said, I'm back. What's good, bro? Apparently, Taylor Swift bought her masters today, which is tough.
It's done in her handwriting, so forgive me if we're a little bit slow when reading this, but we will do our best together.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to gather my thoughts into something coherent, but right now my mind is just a slideshow, a flashback sequence of all the times I daydreamed about, wished for, and pined away for a chance to get to tell you this news. All the time I was this close, reaching out for it, only for it to fall through. I almost stopped thinking it could ever happen. After 20 years of having the carrot dangled and then yanked away, but that's all in the past now. I've been...
Not having the carrot, fuck. Not having the carrot dangled, man. Like, have y'all seen the video of Taylor Swift's private jet flying around country? Like, dog, like, I get it, boohoo, you don't have your masters, but man, there's people that are starving.
Bursting into tears of joy at random intervals ever since I found out that...
Kaysen said, bought her what? Bought her masters. It's like her music ownership. She basically just bought back the ownership of all her music today. Which is like damn near impossible to do for real.
This is really happening. I really get to say these words. All of the music I have ever made now belongs to me. And all my music videos, all the concert films, the album art and photography, the unreleased songs, the memories, the magic.
Kaysen said, if we playing for it, I'm gonna be on my PS5 different account. Bet, that's cool, son. Yeah, it'll probably be later.
The madness, every single era, my entire life's work. To say this is my greatest dream come true is actually being pretty reserved about it. To my fans, you know how important this has been to me. So much so that I meticulously re-recorded and released 4 of my albums, calling them Taylor's version. The passionate support you showed...
Okay, that's what she meant by TV, okay. I was like, shit, I guess it's just the name of the album, but Taylor's version, okay.
those albums and the success story you turned the Eras Tour into is why I was able to buy back my music. I can't thank you enough for helping to reunite me with this art that I have dedicated my life to, but have never owned until now. All I've ever wanted was the opportunity to work hard enough to be able to one day purchase my music, outright with no strings attached, no partnership, with full autonomy. I'll forever be grateful to everyone at Shamrock Capital for being the first people to ever offer this to me. The way they've handled every interaction we've had has been honest, fair, and respectful.
Yeah, because at the same time too, they're not a record label. They're a investment company. So if they make money, they don't give a fuck what happens to whatever asset that they have at the time. So yeah, they're like, why not? Shit, we don't care. Like, just give us, 60 million more and you got it.
This was a business deal to them, but I really felt like they saw it for what it was to me. My memories and my sweat and my handwriting and...
Exactly. You heard what she said? She said to them it was just a business deal. Like, but to me, it's like, nigga, you just gave me back ownership of my music. Like, what?
my decades of dreams. I am endlessly thankful. My first tattoo might just be a huge shamrock in the middle of my forehead. I know, what about Rep TV? Full transparency, I haven't even re-recorded a quarter of it. The Reputation album was so specific to that time in my life, and I kept hitting a stopping point when I tried to remake it. All that defiance, that longing to be understood while feeling purposely misunderstood, that desperate hope, that shame-born snarl and mischief. To be perfectly honest, it's the one album in those first 6 that I thought couldn't be improved by redoing it. Not the music, or photos, or videos, so I kept putting it off. There will be a time, if you're into the idea, for unreleased vault tracks from that album to hatch. I've already completely re-recorded my entire debut album, and I really love how it sounds now. Those 2 albums can still have their moments to re-emerge when the time is right, if that would be something you guys would be excited about. But if it happens, it won't be from a place of sadness and longing for what I wish I could have, it will just be celebration now. I'm extremely heartened by the conversations this saga has reignited within my industry among artists and fans.
Yeah, now that Taylor did it, like, all these other artists are gonna be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I want my masters too. Like, what you mean? I think the biggest thing is to just maybe find a capital firm that'll buy it from the record label. Because the record label won't sell it to the artist, but they'll sell it to any investment firm. So I think that's probably the play. Just hit up an investment firm and be like, yo, buy this real quick for me.
Every time a new artist tells me they've negotiated to own their master recordings in their record contract because of this fight, I'm reminded of how important it was for all of this to happen. Thank you for being curious about something that used to be thought of as too industry-centric for broad discussion. You'll never know how much it means to me that you cared. Every single bit of it counted and ended us up here. Thanks to all of you and your goodwill, teamwork, and encouragement, the best things that have ever been mine finally actually are. Elated and amazed, Taylor. So yeah, that's it. She officially owns them, and this is all we ever could have wanted. I know people are sad about Rep TV, and the chances of her getting this obviously are very, very small. The fact that she specifically said the vault tracks could come out, and the fact she's not re-recorded it, she doesn't think she can improve it, makes me think we're not getting Rep TV, but we may get those vault tracks. I know people are sad about that, I know, but this is the best case scenario. This is what we wanted all along, you know?
Yeah, they're probably not going to get another version, especially now that she owns it, because, like I said, she was only recording it for that purpose, so...
If we could have none of these Taylor's version tracks and these albums, that would be great because Taylor would own her music. Obviously, it's been fantastic for us as fans. We got all this new content from Taylor, but at the end of the day, it's about her owning her work. It's not just about a fun little thing for us as fans, it's about her owning this work. And people are like, well, what was the point of Taylor's version if she was just going to buy them? As you can see in this letter, she didn't know she was ever going to get the opportunity to buy them with no strings attached. So it's fantastic that she was able to purchase them and that she has them now. You know, you can stream the stolen versions. If you really want to stream the stolen versions, you can. You can stream any Taylor Swift music. She owns them all. She owns everything, and that is absolutely fantastic. This is the dream scenario. With debut TV, it's looking like we will get that at some point, both the vault tracks and the full recording. As she said, she does like how that sounds, whereas with Reputation, she didn't think she could improve it. Debut TV, she said she likes how it sounds. So I think they'll get that potentially October 2026. That would make a lot of sense because it's the 20th anniversary of it originally coming out, Taylor's debut album. But honestly, this is just the best news we could possibly hope for, and I'm just so unbelievably excited for Taylor about this because you could tell how excited she is. You know, we've had so many updates.
Yeah, nah, that's tough. You know, that's tough. Shout out Taylor Swift. Glad she got her masters back. Let's see what she gonna say for the next few minutes
From her about how much this has hurt her and how difficult it has been. That it's great that we finally have this one last letter where she's like, oh yeah, I own it all now. This is all we ever could have wanted, and I think this is such fantastic news. And I know people are sad about Rep TV, but at the end of the day, she said we will get the vault tracks at some point. But right now, I think the thing we should be focusing on is the fact she owns this music. Now, this isn't the time to tear down the original recordings or the Taylor's versions. Be like, I never listened to the Taylor's versions; they were awful. I hated them. She sounded awful. This isn't the time for that because it was still a really important project. You know, it brought awareness to this fight that a lot of people wouldn't have understood unless she'd done these re-recordings. You know,
just a random point. It is so cool to see like other other communities on YouTube, like, and doing their own thing. Cause like I just watch, you know, like underground music content, underground music reactions, underground music commentary, whatever. But it's always nice to like step outside of that zone and go to like, you know, like the Taylor Swift side of YouTube and just see like, all right, like what are they talking about?
Released those letters and that did some work, but I think without the re-recordings, people wouldn't understand why she was doing
God damn, she got the shirt, the poster. Taylor Swift is probably a doll, the albums. Like I feel it though.
this without they wouldn't understand the full kind of meaning behind the masters and those sort of things. So I think by re-recording them, it's been very important. She's gone down this memory lane. Obviously, us as fans, we've got some great things. We got All Too Well, the 10-minute version. The Eras tour, I don't believe would exist in the format it did without the Taylor's version. So ultimately, we can still be thankful for them and still celebrate for them. People I know are very excited to stream specific stolen version songs, which obviously now we'll call the original versions, not the stolen versions. I think a big thing people have said is style and Better Than Revenge because of the lyrics change.
Not the stolen version, ma'am. You signed your rights away. Don't call them stolen.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's really, I think that's the only thing we can really say here is that it's cool and it's fantastic, and Taylor is so happy, and that's obviously what we want as fans. We want Taylor to be happy, and it's so great because now she owns the album artwork. So in theory, they could re-release the Eras Tour merch, but all of these could have the album covers on. Like, she could do so much. The Record Store Day pressings from 2018 were also Record Store Day first, which means in theory she could re-release them. And obviously in the photo, she is holding the vinyl. So maybe that's teasing that she'll re-release them. And if she does, trust me, I will be purchasing. I wanted them for so long, but the reason
I'm weak. Nah, Taylor got this shit on lock. Like she got these people on lock. This is like, is this how Cardi fans look? I fuck with it though. I'm not gonna lie, I like
prices
it.
are ridiculous. But yeah, it's exciting, it's amazing, and I'm just so unbelievably happy for Taylor that I had to do this little yappy video about it because I think it's very important that we talk about how fantastic this is for Taylor, and I'm just so happy for her. So yeah, it's really, really great news. I hope you're all as excited as I am about this and the future opportunities that may come from it. You know, maybe there'll be a documentary. There's been a lot of rumours about an Eras Tour documentary. Perhaps it'll be about the Taylor's version re-recordings, but then also the journey of her buying her masters back. That'd be really great.
Yeah, I hope they were recording because that would be a hell of a movie or a hell of a documentary.
There's been some rumours that it could be a docu-series or a documentary, anything like that. It would just be great, whatever it is. But ultimately, she owns all of her work now. She owns everything. It's really happy. I'm just really happy as like a fan of Taylor. I'm just really happy for her. I think that's all I can really say about this. But yeah, she officially owns them all. I did unfortunately film a video earlier today, which is embarrassing, being like, oh, here are the 6 stolen version albums.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's starting to lose me. But yeah, nah, great video. You know, let me show some love.